yo.
Yes, sir. What's up, guys?
Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in three, two, one.
Hello and welcome to Mzansi Reality again. We are back and we are hitting the ground and running. By the time you watch this, it could be at night, in the morning. We don't know, but make sure that you do watch it. And please bless us with your like and with your subscription if you haven't subscribed. And there is a membership, by the way, guys, for those who would like to support. We are doing everything that we can on our side. But other than that, interact with the video and share the video to your friends, family, and other one so that they know about us. We are Mzansi Reality. And for you, this is Mr. Anonymous speaking and Emily just right in front of your camera. Emily, greet our people. Let us hit the stack and run. See what is happening about the Bester Saga, as we call it.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, we are going to update you on the Thabo Bester Saga. A lot is going on. Ne? And with the Thabo Bester situation, there's a lot more going on that if we miss, we'll end up with another Senzo Mewa trial. Unfortunately.
Or maybe we are there already. We don't know.
We are there already, but it's happening.
Yeah.
And Berings memorial service was held yesterday. Bering is the young man whose body was burned in Thabo Bester's cell. And was the deputy chair of the Supporters Club of Regions for Bloemfontein Celtic in the Free State. So
Siwelele
the Bloemfontein Celtic fans.
That for those who do not know, the original team was bought by Mamkize. It is now called Royal AM. I was surprised yesterday when I was checking the score. The score against Pirate. You know how, to my surprise, I saw the badge of, I don't know whether that website, it doesn't have a badge of Royal AM, but I saw a badge of Bloemfontein Celtics.
The spirit is alive, though.
I guess the team doesn't want to go away.
The spirit of the Bloemfontein Celtic fans, yeah, it's alive.
Yeah.
So they came out to give the family support, and they were there at the memorial service, and they came in their numbers, and there were very emotional scenes from the family, especially coming from the family. I mean, this is tough. For me, it was tough to watch.
It is tough for everyone. It is tough. It is very tough because it could have been you on the other side, and this could be your family. So you cannot ignore the pain that this family is going through, this excruciating pain that is never ending, according to me. Because if you look at what is happening, basically for the family, they haven't found the answers. We might be talking about the issue of Baxter and whatnot, the escape and whatnot, but now seemingly after this charge sheet showed that now the charges are being dropped, so for them they haven't found that closure.
So on the last update, we heard that the charges of the murder of Berings were dropped against all the accused, all 8 accused. It's 8 now, including Bester. So I know some people could not believe the news yesterday, and they thought we were lying. But the NPA released a statement yesterday confirming what some of the reporters saw on the NPA's charge sheet during the court proceedings on Wednesday. So the NPA in the Free State has released a statement, and it says the unnatural death of Berings is still under investigation, and that at this stage there is insufficient evidence to pursue a murder charge. But let's go through the statement together, because there are some points in that statement that I saw that we needed to discuss. And it says here, and I quote from the press release, the National Prosecution Authority confirms that they will no longer prefer a charge charge of murder against the accused in the Thabo Bester case after further evidence was presented by the investigating team. At this early stage, prosecutors can only bring charges based on the evidence presented by the investigators. The current investigation reveals that there was a post-mortem report that was performed on the body of the unidentified deceased person found in Cell 35 at Mangaung Correctional Center, and the cause of death was registered as unnatural death. The cause of his unnatural death is still being investigated. At this stage, there is insufficient evidence for the NPA to pursue a charge of murder. Hence, the NPA has taken a decision not to prefer a charge of murder pending further investigation. The NPA does not conduct investigations and therefore has to engage with the SAPS to ensure that all the required evidence is included in the docket. So literally here it's sounding like they are putting all the duties of investigating to the SAPS. The NPA will work closely with the SAPS to ensure that they prioritize getting the required additional evidence so that they can include a broader range of charges as appropriate.
As we know then, the same SAPS that was eventually helped by Tanzanian police, the same SAPS that never, due to investigation, never updated us that Bester has since escaped from the correctional services that he was put on. Do we have hope? Nothing. We just hope that something and someone's going to give in. We don't know.
So they were presumptuous in putting a murder charge. That's what they're literally saying in short, that they shouldn't have put the murder charge first. They should have waited for the outcome of the investigation from the SAPS, of which we don't know how long it will take before they add the
when
murder
the state
charge.
is declining in this manner, because the first thing that you have to look at when you look at the state itself, you look at their laws and you look at how destructive they are. And in this case of ours, we are in a state of not knowing what is happening. Even we live in this country, we don't know. We don't know how cases are solved by SAPS. We hope that it is the right way. We hope that there is a DNA test and DNAs are kept somewhere. We hope there's a lot of things that we hope for. Now we are told that there's no sufficient evidence of this man being hit or and dying through basically.
Blunt force trauma to the head.
Yes,
that's what the postmortem said.
The postmortem is saying it's natural, which is
unnatural.
It's unnatural, right?
Yes.
So which is already we are going to census situation here, because everything is being done and we are self-correcting. They are self-correcting. No one else is correcting them. They correct themselves. They fix themselves, and then they come back and say this is the law. I mean, is this how your law supposed to be? Isn't it supposed to be orderly? Isn't it supposed to be really a law that does not have eyes and ears? Eyes only, ears. It's not biting for certain people. It is biting for us, and I would like to say that don't take it the other way around. It is biting for people who do not have money. Do not even try it at home. But for people who do have money, I would say you can push your luck. You can push your luck. So there is no clues or nothing. So we are nowhere basically. But keep on updating us, Emil. Tell us what is happening.
Well, since our last update on the termination of the contract of G4S by DCS, I saw on the comments, many people were confused between G4S and BCC. BCC is the the organization literally that gave G4S the contract. So what was happening there is that the JCS gave the contract to BCC, then BCC gave the contract to G4S.
Yeah.
So that is the order in which this thing is. I hope it's clear now. And BCC is correct, the Bloemfontein Correctional Contract.
Okay.
Okay, and it is under G4S, which makes it even harder to understand who actually owns what. It's like an umbrella type of situation here.
But we don't
happening.
know who's under that umbrella between BCC and G4S.
Yes. It's
Because
very-
seemingly G4S is the one that is under or above, according to what you are telling me. But we don't know which one is which, because now what is going to happen if G4S then accept that? What is going to happen, Emil?
Well, if it happens that G4S takes the entire responsibility, then it means BCC will not possibly allegedly suffer anything.
So
From what I'm
BCC is
looking
still
at,
going to remain.
That's what I'm seeing, in my opinion. But I stand to be corrected. So Katlaho's family also, in my opinion, need to look into BCC and also possibly launching there, because G4S might shut its operations, and remember, it's not exactly a South African company. So they need to look into the BCC, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. So G4S released another statement yesterday, and it has announced that it will be agreeing to an orderly transition of services when BCC's contract to manage the Mangaung prison comes to an end. This comes after DCS's notice of termination was served to BCC. So DCS is the one that served BCC. So DCS is the Department of Correctional Services.
Which is part of the government
Yes.
structure.
Yes. And then they gave the contract, or rather in this turn, they gave the notice of termination of 90 days to BCC, which is the Bloemfontein Correctional Contracts. Then the Bloemfontein Correctional Contracts, BCC, is saying that G4S is the one that needs to go.
It is very confusing.
It is.
Yeah. So, but one of them between G4S and BCC is going to remain. Maybe, probably.
Maybe.
All right.
Because when you look at the situation, can you blame BCC or are you blaming G4S? Right? Who's going to suffer the consequences between the two? So G4S South Africa also released their own statement, and it went something like this, and I quote, G4S South Africa notes that the Department of Correctional Services, DCS, has issued a notice of termination to Bloemfontein Correctional Contract to manage the Mangaung Correctional Center, MCC, since 2000. Okay, that we already know. And the prison is currently being run by DCS. So on the 30th of March 2023, Correctional Services announced that it was invoking Sections 122 of the Correctional Services Act and taking over operations at the prison. So G4S has announced that it will be agreeing to an orderly transition of services when BCC's contract to manage the Mangaung prison comes to an end. So DCS is saying that they are ending that contract with BCC. So it looks more promising.
No, what is promising is that the prison currently is run by the Department of Correctional Services, right? Is that what I heard? DCS. It should continue like that. The BCC and whatnot, we don't care.
We actually don't want
We
them.
don't care.
We don't
Basically,
want them.
all of them. If they are private, they must go.
Abana manje high private. No. This comes after DCS's notice of termination served to BCC. So, more news.
Yeah.
More news. Regarding the application of Dr. Nandipa and the co-accused, I found out very interesting information, and that is in terms of the bail application for Dr. Nandipa and the co-accused. This means that the application has moved from Schedule 6 offense application to a Schedule 1. The onus will now be on the state to show the court why they should remain behind bars. Now, this is a very tricky one. Moving from Schedule 6 to Schedule 1, it's not a good sign for people that are wanting justice. Because what is happening here is that they are making it less. So the possibility of bail
Do you have
is there.
a Schedule 1 a meaning?
No, not yet. I didn't look into it. But what I could understand is that it's not as hectic as Schedule 6. And that maybe have been caused by the removal of the murder charge. And it would explain why Dr. Nandipa was so calm. And she was, it's almost like she's been told that it's not as bad anymore, allegedly. So another question is, burning a body not as bad, if not worse, than murder?
Look, it's going to be difficult to get those answers.
Does it matter at this point that she's a flight risk? 1.5 million rand had to be spent from tax money to fetch her from Tanzania. It doesn't matter that she's a flight risk anymore.
All right. So I think, Emil, I've got something for you in terms of this schedule. Schedule 1 offense are considered the least serious and include offenses such as minor theft, common assaults, the possession of small amount of those things, substances, and then bail condition for Schedule 1 offense are usually relatively lenient, and the accused may be released on a warning or with a minimal condition.
Amen.
And then let us go to Schedule 5 to 6. Schedule 5 to 6. Schedule 6 is offenses of a special categories that apply to certain offense, such as organized crime, racketeering.
That's more like it.
Money laundering. Bail conditions for these offenses are similarly strictly to those for Schedule 4. And then if you look at Schedule 4, bail under exceptional circumstances, such as if they can demonstrate that their detention would prejudicially to their health, or they can show that their release would not pose a threat to public safety.
That's more like where they should be, in my opinion. Schedule 4, Schedule 6, not Schedule 1.
Hey, if they can release this doctor, I won't believe that I would stop living in South Africa. You've got to start packing now. You've got to start pack your bags, because we are almost there. We are almost there.
No, it would explain her demeanor. I mean, the blowing kisses and stuff. I was very
When are we hearing
perplexed.
the bail hearing?
It's on the 11th and 12th, I think.
Well, conveniently, we could have had it before all these things were done. But things were done, such as dropping everything that is important and then moving the case to Schedule 1.
6. For someone you fetched, go Tanzania, you're moving it to where?
It's a minor thing. Nothing special to it. Like, it's a really minor thing.
I'm giving up on the NPA, guys.
Yeah, it's a minor thing.
I've given.
This is where we are now.
It's actually worse than how I was thinking, because I was like, okay, it's sounding like they went to the lowest of the low. Schedule 1 can't be as bad as Schedule 6. The least they could have done was Schedule 4.
No Schedule 4. Schedule 1. Continue, Emil. I just wanted to bring light to that.
Hayi kumnandi. Imali, yeah, ibalulekile.
And then you tell us not to laugh.
But do not laugh. Guys, this thing is stressful. My BP is going up right now. These things are not for the faint-hearted.
It's a joke, man. If you don't find it funny, then you're gonna suffer, because you're gonna suffer BP or whatsoever.
#justice for Katlego Bereng.
Well, let's continue, man. I think you have more.
Well, do you remember Teffy Telly Mars, who was also known by the name Talent from Cape Town?
Yes.
Remember we reported on her when she disclosed that she was hired by Thabo Bester to recruit models. At the time, she knew Thabo Bester as a TK Ngwana, and he had a bogus modeling agency. Remember, he was with Nandipha. They were together in the Crooked Places. Right?
Yes.
And so she sat down with Sahan Ramkisoon for her first TV interview.
Yeah.
And she revealed another bombshell.
What bombshell?
Moving from now on, everything is allegedly. So she alleged that Thabo Bester had video calls with 2 high-profile ANC politicians.
Okay.
That's the allegation that she made on the show.
Yes. I'm trying to
about
fit her
that?
here, Emil, because she's important.
Very important. I am very happy. I'm not gonna bash her. When I learn, I'm not gonna bash her, because at a time that she came out, it was a difficult time. Angithi yabona nabo seems Ngema. Is it Simpiwe Ngema, the one who was married to Dumi Masilela and he passed on? May his soul rest in peace.
Yes.
She kept quiet again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She kept quiet and she didn't say anything. She just acted like she never had an encounter. She didn't have a story to tell.
Yeah.
But immediately when the Talent saw the story, he decided, she decided, let me tell my side of the story. Let me tell people more information that they may not be aware of.
For which we don't care.
Well, I care about that information
No,
because it's aligning more with the...
The reason why I say I don't care, if all these people connected, not connected, we've seen or not seen, they should just put them in jail, all of them, and put themselves in jail also, those people, those officials.
Because it was all of these things that we are deep down thinking that Thabo Bester was involved in, they are difficult and getting more difficult now to kind of put out there.
You know what I said? I said to you, I know this might sound controversial. When you hear what this man has explained to other people, saying that he didn't do what he said he was arrested for in some of the interviews, and then you hear that there are allegations of big people being involved.
Two politicians' sons.
Now, do we still say that he really did it? Or it is the story as they put it, as they alleged?
Because this is last year. Talent had in this encounter where she thought she's doing business with the Thabo Bester in last year, November 2022. And she alleges that Thabo Bester had video calls with 2 high-profile ANC politicians. These politicians didn't know that they were talking to Thabo Bester. High profile, meaning that they've got access to have background checks done on certain individuals. Or a simple Google search, So I'm shook. And I wonder who they are, who they could be and why.
You guys not safe.
But now that we know that this is what she said, then if anything happens to her, then we'll know for sure. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, this is a circus. Do you have anything?
No, that's it. That's
Because
a wrap.
this is like,
That's a wrap before we say anything that may get us into trouble as well. Because it looks like a cleanup is happening right now. So guys, share your comments down below. Share your analysis down below on the stories that we have just told you. And
I'm looking at this picture.
Let us know what you think.
Of Dr. Nandipa. I can imagine the gullible ladies that I was talking about yesterday, who are going to say, I believed you. I said it. I believed you. When he's out, looking to get their face done for free.
Or looking to get some recognition from Dr. Nandipa.
Brownie coins.
Lele. Hi.
I'm telling you, you don't get it. Maybe it's because you're not telling this story. We are combining it. It's a joke. I'm telling you, yes, painful things have happened. It looks like a joke.
Hi, let's wrap it up. Hashtag justice for Katlego Bereng.
Even Ubaba Umsholos, at least he went in, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, no, it's fine.
I'll go to the jail or the prison or whatever it was.
I will go. It's okay.
It wasn't even a jail. They took him to an actual prison. Which was odd.
The man went there. I don't care you say how he came out, but he went there. As big as he is.
He complied.
I don't care what the merits of he went there.
Nandipa
uthi andizim na. Andizim mfundi.
Nesquad sakhe sonke ngisho nabo sinuhe matshwara nabo.
Athule la macelebweni lawo abanga umsindo kakhulu because some of them probably are involved.
And they are seeing that the operation is happening.
That's power right there, man. That's when you know that you are powerful. But if really can pull this one off, I would clap.
I know, Thabo.
But being on schedule 1, if anything to look at, schedule 1, you have already pulled it. You are halfway.
Schedule 1 uqedile uyaphuma ngebhili schedule 1. Uyaphuma. So guys, tell us what you think. I'm done. Before I get my big mouth gets me into more trouble. Let's chat and have a conversation on the comment section. Until then, bye.
It's a bye from us, guys.